What's up guys, do another Q&A, leave more comments below, think I want to do more of these. Anyways, let's jump right into it. First question, do you do any stretching or mobility work? No, I do not, and the simple reason is, I don't have any mobility issues I need to address, so there's no need to. The link between stretching and mobility and injury risk is tenuous at best. People devoting a ton of time to prevent injury are probably better spent using this energy elsewhere. Possibly just doing nothing, relaxing. Load management is one of the biggest factors for injury. If you enjoy stretching and mobility work and it doesn't take a ton of energy, go ahead. And if you have a mobility deficit, just normal resistance training of that joint movement can be just as good for building that mobility. Second question, how long should a training cycle be? In my opinion, 16 weeks is around the optimal amount of time. It's what I base my programs around. It's long enough that you can see progress and what things are working. It's also not too long so that if something is not working, you aren't spending overly long doing it. It's also a good time frame for a moderate rate of progression. You're not going to be going too long where progressive overload just becomes stale. What I mean by that is the point where it's just not sustainable to add anything more, and it's really just causing so much fatigue that your training quality tanks and you're not making any more gains. You need to reset back to lighter weights. Next question, what do I do if I'm getting better at reps and my volume work but not my singles? I've had the same issue before, focusing on hitting certain rep PRs to prove to myself that I could do certain weights for one rep. But what really just happened is I got good at that rep work and bad at singles. You need to do more singles and focus on progressing them as well. The mental game of higher weights is real. And this won't necessarily be an issue. Some people can focus on progressing rep work and it will transfer over to their 1 rep max well, in which case, just keep doing what you're doing. Don't fix what isn't broken. Question 4. What do I do if I fail a lift I should have hit? First off, look for an obvious reason. Bad sleep, diet, stress, whatever. Inconsistent recovery can lead to inconsistent performance. Next is to notice if it's a one-off thing or a trend. Sometimes you just have off days. Don't think twice about it and just focus on what you can control. If it is becoming a trend though, you need to take a closer look. Sometimes an inconsistent performance comes down to workload. Too high and your fatigue can cause fluctuations, and too low can mean you're not getting enough skill practice, so your technique is just really inconsistent. And last question, what to do if you plateau? So similar to the last question, all those other things that go over apply. Once you've gone through that checklist, the next thing to look at is not gaining size. Most of your strength beyond the beginner stage just comes down to gaining muscle. Make sure you're spending most of your time in a caloric surplus. Another thing to think is how long PRs should take. Mainly an issue for people going from beginner to a more intermediate stage. At first, you can literally add weight every session, but gradually PRs are going to start to take longer. Have you really plateaued, or is it just a natural course of time for what level you're at? Be honest with yourself. On average, the rate of gain shrinks by half, that is, each extra 100 pounds you add to your total should take about twice as long as the last 100 pounds. Now, if none of these boxes are checked, it's probably time to change something with your program. Try to make just a few changes at once, that way you can better identify cause and effect, what is or isn't working. Ideally, you can make educated guesses too, not just throwing stuff at the wall. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Please comment more questions below if you want me to do more of these. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching.